check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Checking audio before the game tonight. Port Huron Prowlers versus the Athens Rock Lobsters. You can only catch it here on the Athens Rock Lobster YouTube page, unless, of course, you're a Port Huron fan, in which you can also check out Will Wigeman's broadcast on the Port Huron Network. The team from Port Huron is on the prowl for warmer weather and the chance to extend their 3-game winning streak. And the Rock Lobsters are hoping that there's 3 points stuck at the bottom of their claw-shaped stocking. In an interdivisional matchup, who's going to take the spoils in tonight's Friday night fight? Good evening, Crustacean Nation, and welcome to your view of the Lobster Tank, Akins Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia, where the Port Huron Prowlers take on your Athens Rock Lobsters. This is Mattine Rad bringing you all the action live here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network, comprised of the official Athens Rock Lobster YouTube page and our partners on the airwaves, 98.7 FM and AM 1340 WGAU. As per tradition, we begin the night with a Piedmont Athens Regional pregame show. Let's take a look at the standings and see what's at stake tonight between these two interdivisional teams. As you can see, the Rock Lobsters sitting 6th out of 7 teams in the Continental. Mind you, they have played a lot less games than many of their divisional adversaries. Meanwhile, in the Empire, we take a look at the Prowlers that sit 3rd in that division, but have just 1 more point than the Rock Lobsters despite playing 8 more games. The outfit from Michigan is coming off a 2-game sweep of the Mississippi Seawolves at home. Alex Johnson scored his first career overtime winner to win the game, sending a wrister from the left dot into the top corner to take the 2-1 win and 2 points. Head coach, GM, and player Matt Graham stole the headlines in Game 2 against Mississippi, logging 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists in a 5-2 victory. As for the Rock Lobsters, they'll take the positives out of taking 2 points in the home-and-home series against in-state foe, the Columbus River Dragons. Both contests took overtime to find a winner. Garrett Milan has been the player that has brought the home fans to their feet through the first 2 home games. Last matchup, he whipped in a sweet wraparound to open the scoring before going top shelf in the 3rd period to take the lead. However, the Rock Lobsters would fall in the shootout and have now lost back-to-back games for the first time in franchise history. It's a perfect opportunity to bounce back, however, as the Prowlers are yet to win a game on the road against continental competition this year. With Malik Johnson going on loan to the ECHL South Carolina Stingrays, someone's going to need to take a big step up tonight against new competition, and that leads us to tonight's Fan Saves Impact Player of the Game. First, for the Athens Rock Lobsters, Daniil Glukaryov is hoping to continue his upward trajectory as he is coming off a 3-assist game. All 3 assists, all 3 points that he's logged this season came in that game. Head coach Steve Martinson has been looking for the missing piece on that money line. He looked the part against Columbus. For the Prowlers, it's Reggie Millette, who has points in 5 of his 6 games since coming off the injured reserve, and 4 points over his last 2 games. He's a player who has logged ECHL experience. Last year with the Tulsa Oilers, the ECHL affiliate for the Anaheim Ducks, he had 34 games. The Impact Player segment is brought to you by FanSaves. Download the FanSaves app and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check out the Rock Lobsters digital coupon book. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Akins Ford, and it's a new look once again. Josh Rosenswag returns to the cage. Joe Colatarsi and Troy Murray in front of him, and Philip Virgilia moves up to the first line with Garrett Milan and Daniil Glukaryov. The team physician provided by Piedmont Athens Regional is Dr. Alec Graff. Once again, the Rock Lobsters starting lineup is brought to you by Akins Ford, the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. And the pregame report is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Let's pause quickly for station identification. WGAU and W254CJ Athens, 98.7 FM and AM 1340 WGAU. Here's the national anthem. There's the national anthem. That means we are seconds closer to action here in Akins Ford Arena. The Port Huron Prowlers having just one more point than the Athens Rock Lobsters, despite playing a significant amount more games than Athens. Going to be very interesting to see kind of the real taste of what Empire competition is going to be like. We've got a ceremonial first puck drop here. Carter Shinkarik, along with Austin Federley, the Port Huron captain, who has 8 goals and 8 assists this year. Standing at 5'6". He is very, very quick on the ice. Very, very interesting here. Some members of the UGA Bulldog football team here tonight to soak in some hockey fun here at Akins Ford Arena. Tate, Ratledge, Trevor Etienne, and Cash Jones are coming in to soak in the new electric atmosphere here in Athens. Taking a look once again at this new look starting lineup for the Rock Lobsters. Philip Virgilia going to be on the wing with Garrett Milan at center. Daniil Glukarioff coming off a great game. Kola Tarsi and Troy Murray behind. Josh Rosenswag back in net. Going to be interesting to see how Steve Martinson handles the goaltender situation over the coming weeks. There wasn't a lot. There actually wasn't any 2-game weekends in the month of November. So we saw a lot of the same goaltender in Jack Bostedt. But now with 2-game weekends back in full swing, it'll be interesting to see how much he'll switch between the two. Both have been impressive this year. Matt Graham lining up for the faceoff. Someone who is a player, a coach, a GM for this team. Literally wearing very many hats or helmets, if you will. Rock Lobsters with the puck in the neutral zone. Troy Murray, the D-man, tries to trickle it in towards on net. Valtteri Nusiainen is the one that stops that with the pads and shepherds it behind himself. Reggie Millette getting troubled by Garrett Milan. He's able to find a pass towards center ice. Austin Federley gets it back to Millette. Millette, a great pass to the back post. Wow, what an opportunity there for the Prowlers to get on the board early. A great pass from Millette. A chance to get one past Rosenswag. So the Prowlers with a good start here. For some reason, my clock is running in the opposite direction here. Going to try and figure that out as we see a wrist shot that takes a piece of a body out front. Alex Johnson with the shot. He has 22 points. Johnson and Carter Shinkarik are the 2 defensemen with the most points in the FPHL this year. Rock Lobsters will clear the lines. Good defensive play from Kaysen Gallant, but he's called offside. For some reason, my clock continues. I think I've fixed it. There we go. Carter Shinkarik took the draw there. Prowlers come out with the puck. Here in the corner is Kenny Stiles. It's whistled around the end boards. Stoppage in play as the puck goes into the crowd. Need a new puck on the ice. 18:42 left in the first period now. Now that I've got my bearings, it's going to be interesting. We're also adding some replay technology to the broadcast, hoping that that comes off well as well. Offensive zone draw for the Prowlers. Puck to the blue line. Stuck into the corner, whistled behind the net. Quick wraparound save by Rosenswag. Stefan Disi who has just 2 goals to his name this year, scored last Saturday but didn't play in the Friday game. The Prowlers took both games against the Mississippi Seawolves, who the Rock Lobsters will be playing this upcoming Tuesday on New Year's Eve. Going to be a great way to celebrate the new year. Come celebrate here in Akins Ford Arena with the Rock Lobsters. Brandon Reller able to kill that icing. Played with the skate of Alden. Was looking for the big presence of Reller. Reller, a big boy at 6'3". Alden gets the puck after the body check from Reller. Looking for a pass, drops it back. Riley Robertson gets it to the end boards. Reller wins the puck. Virgilia trying to help out in that matter. Virgilia's got the puck after the quick thinking from Alden. Dropped back to Kolatarsi. Reller's waiting on the doorstep, but luckily Matt Graham is able to get that puck away for the Prowlers. After a good portion of time that the Rock Lobsters were able to pin the Prowlers, the Rock Lobsters come firing right back with Virgilia, who forces a save out of Nusiainen, but wraps it around quickly to open up the scoring for the Rock Lobsters. How sweet it is for the Swede, who has been bumped up to the top line and has opened up the scoring. Goal number 5 on the year for Virgilia. That puts him on 18 points in 2024. And here we go again. Milan wins the draw. Rock Lobsters now up after scoring in the first 3 minutes through Philip Virgilia. Long puck played off the boards of the penalty box. Virgilia wins it in open ice. Sees Milan, who misses the top shelf. The top shelf has been favorable for Virgilia as of late, as we see a shot frozen there by Nusiainen. Garrett Milan has had a sniper shot with a laser pointer on the top shelf as of late. In his last 2 home games, he has found the top shelf with wristers. Here we go, Carter Shinkarik playing in the center position tonight. Greco with an exchange with Ronan, long range. Waiting out front, Case and Gallant just can't redirect it after the initial save from Nusiainen. Trying to follow it up, but whiffing on it was Kenny Stiles. Port Huron with some zone time here. Confirmation of the goal. I believe there's a mistake on the Federal Hockey website. It's been given to Garrett Milan. Don't think that's right at all. So we saw the goal scored by Philip Virgilia. We'll try to keep you updated on the assists as Michael Greco takes a spill. The Prowlers trying to make the most of it. Shot is well wide from Stefan Disi. Stefan Disi out of Zurich, Switzerland. His first year in the States, having played in his native Switzerland his whole life. Good passing in the middle, but a loose touch of the puck from Milan, a rare one. Milan recovers. Glukaryov makes a beautiful first step into the Prowlers zone, playing the puck himself as Nusiainen. Port Huron looking for some offense in the other direction. Daniel Chartrand gets it back to the blue line. Great body block of the puck. Justin Portillo on a breakaway takes the penalty, and the Rock Lobsters are going on the power play, the first of the night for either team. See if we get another look at that. And that's just the end of that play there. Portillo going back to the bench after he was able to win a power play here. Power play brought to you by Paloma Park. The Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play. Fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app. Gallant here on the near side. Gallant back to Kyle Russell. Gallant with a slapper. Puck loose out in front. Gallant can't get to it after it deflected all the way back to him. Puck blown dead here. And there is someone who is hurting on the ground. It's Michael Greco, who looks in quite a lot of anguish here. The team doctor comes out to check on Greco. Greco getting checked on and trying to see if we have any correction here on the goal. Believe there was just a probably mishearing of the PA. Believe it's Virgilia from Milan and Colatarsi. Michael Greco has yet to return to his feet. We're going to take a commercial break here as we hope Michael Greco returns to the ice. Farmburger is defined by its mission, its farms, its team, and its family. In 2008, our co-founders gathered around a single idea: redefine the burger by bringing together a community of ranchers, farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and eaters. Our promise is to strive every day and with every burger to uphold these core values to each and every one of you. We do that by holding ourselves to a higher standard. Grass-fed and grass-finished, that means our cattle are never fed grain. Our belief feeds our mission, and our mission is to feed you. You can see on the right side of your screen, Michael Greco has made it back to his feet, trying to skate it off, but it looks like he's heading to the Athens Rock Lobster locker room. Not what you want to see, someone who is still just playing his first few games for the Rock Lobsters, his first being in Columbus last Friday night. The Rock Lobster fans, however, are still reeling after that Philip Virgilia goal in the first 3 minutes to give them the early lead. There's going to be a face-off at center ice between Garrett Milan and Luke James. Milan coming off of his fourth multi-goal game of the season. Colatarsi with the puck after the Milan face-off win. To his left is Virgilia. Skating more centrally into neutral ice, Carter Shinkarik tips it into the zone. Still on the power play are the Rock Lobsters with about a minute 22 left. Milan right at the blue line has Colatarsi. Back to Milan. Colatarsi, Shinkarik right on the edge of the face-off circle, takes a block off of Luke James. Shinkarik's got the puck back. Back to the line for Colatarsi. Fakes the slapper, wrists it in. Virgilia's there, backhanded by Glukaryov, who takes a spill, but two great saves by Nusiainen. Colatarsi back to Milan. He's on the right face-off circle. Colatarsi playing the quarterback position here on the power play. Glukaryov so hungry for his first goal. Carter Shinkarik had a tip of the skate. Good block there by Ludvig Tellstrom. Cleared all the way out. 42 seconds to go on the man advantage. Daniil Glukaryov comes to fetch after the puck's played and left by Josh Rosenzweig. Good moves by Carter Shinkarik. That's been the name of his game. Been interesting to see him play more in a forward position as of late. That might be more of necessity with Malik Johnson getting loaned out to the South Carolina Stingrays in the ECHL. Shinkarik trying to shake free some space here. The Rock Lobsters look like they've committed a too many men penalty. Going to be 2 minutes for the Rock Lobsters, who will play on the 4-on-4 for 17 seconds before it will be a Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Strong, skilled, strategic defense. When you think those words, you think Leslie Jones Law. Serving the penalty is going to be Glukaryov. Rock Lobsters hoping that they can keep themselves on top here. The penalty kill has been tremendous. 2 great penalty kills in the FPHL. The Prowlers ranking 3rd with a 83.5% rate. Rock Lobsters right behind them in 4th with 83.3. It'll help that the Rock Lobsters have won the face-off. Gallant sends one a long ways away. Riley Robertson's going to come and chase it. Nusiainen has to play it. Riley Robertson almost got there. Hunter Alden has it at neutral ice. Getting troubled. Scantleberry got a piece of that puck. But the puck still with the Rock Lobsters as it is now a Port Huron power play. Hunter Alden tiptoes into the zone. Great protection of the puck. Gallant plays it with the skate. Whistles around. Takes a heavy hit there from Tucker Scantleberry. And that sends Millette and the Prowlers the other way. Millette looking out at the ice in front of him, waiting for an option to emerge. At the blue line is Brett Lockhart. Wrist shot from a tight angle from Tucker Scantleberry. Back to Lockhart. Takes a bounce off the boards. Good passing here from the Prowlers. Shot comes from the left faceoff circle, but wide from Scantleberry. Scantleberry tied for the Port Huron goal lead with 8 this season. 45 seconds to go on the Port Huron power play. Shot from Millette is just wide. Rosenzweig might have got a piece of that with his pads. Back to Millette. Another wide shot from the Prowlers, number 38. Riley Robertson takes the body. That gets the puck free, and the Rock Lobsters are going to be able to clear. There might be one more rush here for the Prowlers that have 20 seconds on this power play. Although the Prowlers are taking their time here. Federley takes a look up at the board before he starts to get things shaken. Bussell helps it into the zone. Now on the far side, power play working through the left for the Prowlers, but the Rock Lobsters are back at even strength, and Daniil Glukarov, as he comes back to the ice, makes a great defensive play. 11:15 to go now in the first period. A long period of play without a whistle here. Shinkarik beats it around the net. Troy Murray clever with the puck. Rock Lobsters working up the right side. Helped in by Portillo. Ooh, dangerous play with the puck there by Nusiainen, and Philip Virgilia tried to get in between that clearance. On the other side, Brendan Ronan with a great defensive play. Both teams looking for possession here right in front of the Rock Lobster bench. It initially came free for the Prowlers, but Hunter Alden has been a great defensive forward for the Rock Lobsters this year. He tries to put it in a dangerous position, but no Rock Lobster was waiting in the slot. Kenny Stiles tries to wheel away. Kenny Stiles has to slam on the brakes. Gets double-teamed by 2 Rock Lobsters. Hunter Alden back on the puck. Unable to find the route of Brandon Picard, but Alden's got the puck back once again. Annoyed with Alden is number 13, Ben Brockway. Brandon Reller, who's still been hungry, is looking for a wraparound of his own, just like the one we saw from Virgilia earlier this game. Another good penalty kill for this Rock Lobster team. Milan almost gets a touch of the long-distance pass from Kyle Russell. Milan plays the body. Tries to return the puck back to Virgilia. That one trickles past Glukaryov. Velstrom trying to find the puck once again. Riley Robertson with a wrister. That was a rocket, but too many members of the Port Huron team out in front of the net. Virgilia tries to play it from a tight angle. Is he thinking about the wraparound once again? Working from behind the net. Garrett Milan down on the ice. The Prowlers know that that's where the trouble is going to come from, and a long-range shot from Robertson is gloved by Nusiainen. And we've got it mixing in here. It was a very physical home-and-home series between the Rock Lobsters and the Columbus River Dragons. Will that physicality carry on into this weekend? We're going to go to a commercial break here. Rock Lobsters leading 1-0 after the Philip Virgilia goal.
Since we opened in 1968, We've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living. Bunch of hockey fans enjoying the night here at Akins Ford Arena. It's Hockey and Hops Night, brought to you by Terrapin. Terrapin, do the right thing, always. A chance for the Rock Lobsters to get something done here with a face-off in enemy territory. Milan going to be going up here against number 51, Matt Graham. Matt Graham, 35 years of age, the head coach, GM of this Prowler team. No doubt he is someone who has been a busy customer for this Prowler team. Milan wins the draw. Dumped into the corner by Shinkarik. Interestingly enough, looks like Shinkarik back playing D. Wonder how much of that is to do with the fact that Michael Greco has left the game. We have not seen him return to the ice. Virgilia helps it to his right to Glukaryov. Virgilia able to leave it for Glukaryov. Slaps it back. Some great forecheck here from the Rock Lobsters. Virgilia able to stop that puck from flowing freely. Shinkarik makes a play with his glove, but it takes a tip off his fingertips, and it's into the Prowler bench. Taking a quick look at the federalhockey.com website. Currently, the Rock Lobsters are leading in shots 7-4. Virgilia from Milan and Kolatarsi, the lone tally in this game thus far. Hunter Alden on a line here with Brandon Reller and Justin Portillo. Going up against a line of Tristan Sim, Daniel Chartrand, and Stefan Disi. Looks like Sim is going to be kicked out of the faceoff circle. Chartrand will take his place. Chartrand in his third year in the FPHL, all with the Prowlers. Dahlstrom behind the net. Finds the quick pass. But the Rock Lobsters have been able to prevent the fluidity of the puck for the Prowlers in this game thus far. Murray able to pin that into the zone. Great use of the body there. Portillo with a great pass. Alden just trying to calm down that puck. Brandon Reller with a clever backhand just misses the net of Nusiainen. Here's Alden again. Murray plays the puck with a skate, went back to Portillo, who backhands it and forces a save out of Nusiainen. Justin Portillo starting to do Justin Portillo things, lays the hit there on Stefan Disi. Prowlers looking a little bit better here with some time in the offensive zone. Clean entries have been hard to come by, but here come the Rock Lobsters in the other direction. Ooh, a heavy hit there on Hunter Alden as Stefan Disi, the European, brings the number 22 down to the ice. Not played cleanly. Here come the Rock Lobsters on the odd man rush. Brandon Reller's waiting. Oh, my God. How did that one miss the net? Shinkarik with a quick turnaround shot, and it's frozen by Nusiainen, who wants to settle the nerves. The Rock Lobsters with a couple of golden opportunities to extend the advantage here, and a very, very good sight to see. You can see at the top of your screen that player is number 98. Michael Greco has returned to the ice. How about Carter Shinkarik, who has been switching back and forth from D to forward? It looks like he'll be back at center with Greco back in this game. 7:18 left in the first. Shinkarik did something wrong. I don't know what he did there, but the linesman didn't like whatever he did. Kason Gallant will take his place. Shinkarik here with Reller and Gallant. An interesting line here. Two young guys, and actually it's Brendan Ronan, not Brandon Reller, pardon me. Two young guys with the veteran in Shinkarik. Kyle Russell gets dispossessed. Here comes Russell once again. Whenever the puck is held by the Prowlers on the Rock Lobster side of the ice, it's pinballing all around. That's prevented the Prowlers from being able to register any high percentage chances. Really good crowd here tonight who's up for it. Shinkarik, just a smart player. Plays the quick bank pass to himself. Gallant at center ice, settles it with the glove. Reller finds Shinkarik. Ooh, who flipped it back towards the slot. Such a good pass that even Ronan didn't know it was coming. Reggie Millette with a great shot, and even better save with the glove from Rosenzweig. Matt Garcia trying to trouble Scantleberry, who's making an office behind Rosenzweig's net, but Matt Garcia too strong for him. Rock Lobsters can't clear. Puck at the blue line through Brockway. Into the corner. Played first by Graham. Backhanded pass to the other side of the ice. Brockway wheels it around. Good play all around from the Prowlers. Puck pops up right in front of Rosenzweig, but the Prowlers can't bury it. Brockway back at the line. Took an awkward bounce off the end boards. Good backhand pass, but no one was there to tip it in. And it looks like we've got a stoppage in play and potentially a penalty going up against the Rock Lobsters. Two players getting in each other's face. Kyle Russell and Brett Lockhart. Rock Lobsters will go back to the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. They're repeat offenders in this first period. Be good, but if you can't be good and you get caught in the penalty box, call Leslie Jones Law. Penalty kill unit for the Rock Lobsters will be Milan, Virgilia, Murray, and Kolatarsi. And it looks like there's actually going to be offsetting penalties here. Russell in the box for the Rock Lobsters. Austin Federley in the box for the Prowlers. So instead of the penalty kick and Russell, Milan using that speed, putting the burners on, entering the zone cleanly but only temporarily as he's dispossessed by Luke James. Philip Virgilia quickly gets the puck back at center ice. Murray back to Virgilia. Gets taken down by Luke James. Behind the net is Thelstrom, who sends a puck long. No icing, say the officials. Less than 5 minutes to go. Milan. Bit isolated here on the Prowler side of the ice. Waiting for some help. He gets it in Carter Shinkarik. High slot shot into the glove of Nusiainen. Nusiainen with a good performance thus far, but has been caught out in the early going by Philip Virgilia. That is what has led to this 1-0 advantage. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first period. It's a historic season for all the hockey fans in Athens. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
Back here in a 4-on-4 between the Rock Lobsters and the Prowlers. Seeing something in the chat about audio going in and out. If anyone can clarify that in the chat, please let me know. Right now we're back with game audio, so I want to make sure that that's not just commercials that's happening with, but hoping that the game audio here is clean. 4.5 minutes. Can the Rock Lobsters go back into the locker room with a 1-0 lead? Brandon Picard taking the draw here. Shinkarik. To his right is Glukaryov. Back to Shinkarik. Shinkarik has been the Swiss Army knife in this game. Who knows, he might play goaltender after this. Thinks about going backhand as he traverses all around the world here and then sends it into the corner. Taking a hold of his right hand there. Looks like he might have taken a slash there that wasn't seen by the referees. Good skating into the corner from Nikita Pecheritsin. Pecheritsin has played overseas in Estonia and Turkey. Back to the blue line. Parsons. Shot released by Millette, but it might send the Rock Lobsters the other way. Picard has Glukaryov. Picard couldn't get it to him. Thelstrom was able to block that lateral pass. Millette with a one-on-one. He has a great whipping wrist shot. Played a great pass, though, but it's played between the legs of Bussell. Kaysen Gallant puts on the burners. Slams on the brakes, loses out on the puck. Really exciting 4-on-4 that has just ended. Chance there for Greco to play the puck out. He gets it right on the second bite of the cherry. Kind of directing traffic here is Kolatarsi. Waiting for the right look. Looks like he might have found it. Rock Lobsters lose out on it, but Kolatarsi, with his physicality and his big size and presence, is able to protect the puck. 2 minutes and 50 seconds as we've got another stoppage here. Felt like there might have been something that happened with the rink itself, that something kind of shook loose. Not 100% positive. Doesn't appear to be any penalty. 5 players for each team on the ice, and we've got an offensive zone face-off. It's going to be taken here by the Prowlers' Tristan Sim. The Prowlers have just been unable to really get settled. They have forced Rosenzweig into a couple of good saves, but as of right now, Nusiainen has been the more busy goaltender. Kaysen Gallant would love to make him a little bit more busy, unable to enter the zone cleanly, but he's got the puck back, flips it quickly. Wow, what a wrist shot there from Brandon Reller, which was saved by Nusiainen. Milan played it behind him, didn't know that Thelstrom was there. Brandon Reller doing everything he can to try and win that puck back, as is Milan. Thelstrom, though, how about the stick handling from the Swede? This is his first ever year in the States. Troy Murray with a big hit on Stiles. Slapper from Virgilia took a tip of the pad, but not enough to really ensure anybody that puck was heading towards the net. Less than 2 minutes to go. Milan with a quick flip. Virgilia. Takes it between the legs. Comes out the other side with the puck. Glukaryov plays it back. Murray to Glukaryov. Pass in the slot. Virgilia got the shot off, but Nusiainen was once again able to make the save. Looks like the Rock Lobsters are heading back to the penalty box. Lack of discipline has been somewhat troublesome as of late for the Rock Lobsters, but they've handled it well. Like we said, they're ranking 4th in the FPHL's penalty kill rankings. The Rock Lobsters leaving themselves with a lot to do late on in this period. This is not when you want to give the team that you're beating an entryway back into this game. But as of right now, Hunter Alden is able to clear the puck. Steaming up the center is Federally. A spark plug that stands at 5'6". Jamie Bussell back to the line. Puck misplayed, quickly cleared by Alden. Rock Lobsters back on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Federally takes it over the logo. Flips it quickly to his left. Not playing it quickly enough was Tristan Sim, who gets body checked for his efforts. Brandon Picard with a great hustle on the forecheck, but loses out on the puck, lost sight of that puck, but is able to shed some more time off the clock here as we're heading towards the first intermission. Garrett Milan hassling Daniel Chartrand like a bug that flies all around your face on a summer's day. Prowlers with a little bit of speed now. Greco tries for the big hit. Just misses out on a big impact. Down to the last single-digit seconds here. Can the Prowlers get a shot off? Whistled quickly through the zone there. Rosenzweig watched it and will watch this first period end. It's been a trend lately, players having to be separated at the first intermission. Is something going to happen here? Daniel Chartrand exchanging words with Michael Greco. Greco doesn't care that he had to exit to the locker room earlier on in this period. He's still willing to dance with anybody who's willing. Neither team making their complete return to the locker room just yet. So we're staying here as of right now. The referees marshaling the Prowlers back to their side of the ice, and the Rock Lobsters will do so as well. Rock Lobsters lead 1-0 off of a great wraparound goal from Philip Virgilia, assisted by Garrett Milan and Joe Colatarsi. That came at the 3-minute and 21-second mark. Someone who's been the Swiss Army knife for the Rock Lobsters today has been Carter Shinkarik. We've already seen him playing in the defensive positions as well as the center position for the Rock Lobsters in this game. I had a chance to talk with Carter Shinkarik about being a captain for this team and his first couple months in Athens. Rock Lobster fans, it's time for another intermission interview here on the Rock Lobster broadcast. Matt Teenrad joined by Rock Lobster captain Carter Shinkarik. Shinks, this is the first time we've talked to you since you've been given the C. Did that mean something to you, or is it just business as usual?
Obviously it's a big honor, and what I'll say about that is we got lots of leaders in the locker room. It's a patch on the jersey. The one that really matters is the logo. So honor, yeah, but I don't really think about it too much. We have a lot of older guys that a lot of voices in the room. So it's leadership by committee on this team.
As everyone knows, you were the top pick in the FPHL expansion draft this past year, and that is looking like a slam dunk pick for this organization. Will you talk about how you evaluate your start to the season?
The boys are playing well. I mean, we're 9-1. I think we'd like to be 10-0, and in my opinion, we could easily be 10-0. But considering our schedule, practice, we're driving hour and a half to and from, and all our games are on the road. So we're pretty ecstatic where we're at as a first year organization in the league. So something we'll continue week by week, trying to polish and shine our game, and every goal is to win every game. I know maybe not the most realistic one, but with our roster and how we play and our structure and our standards, there's no reason why, any game that we play that we shouldn't win.
You're coming off a win against Columbus. I want to kind of break down my questioning about that game into 3 different parts. First, you were back in the Columbus Civic Center, and I know you spent just a year there, but I was legitimately seeing written comments from River Dragon fans saying, maybe we should have protected this guy in the draft. Was making the team, the fans, the powers that be in Columbus rethink that decision something that motivated you at all? And what was it like making your first return to Columbus?
Yeah, I think any time a player returns to a team that they played on, especially the year before, it's a little bit more special of a game. But I had a great season there. I met a lot of great people, and I wasn't coming for vengeance. No matter what opponent or we play, I think everyone, doesn't matter the history or the background, they want to win, and focus on the team I'm on now with the boys in the organization. And it always is kind of nice, little breaking rights to beat old team, but I'm still buddies with guys on the team, and talk to the coach, and it's not definitely didn't part ways on bad terms by any means. They talked to a lot of staff and fans there, so it was cool day, cool moment, and the game couldn't have gone any better. So cool moment, but really it's another game, another one for us.
Secondly, I want to talk about that last gasp game-tying goal from Kason Gallant. Everything just seems to happen so fast on that play. You pick up the puck at the blue line on a failed clearance from Columbus, and you don't even look back up. You know that there's just seconds left, and you send the puck back in the general direction of the net. It lands in front of Kason, who knocks it in to tie it up late. Celebrations turn into a bit of a jousting between the two teams, and you end up going into the box. Can you just take us through that whole roller coaster of that? Man, it was maybe just 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're down 1 late in the game, time's running out. I think you're just throwing the puck on net and seeing what happens, and good job on Case to be hungry for the puck and around the net. Most goals are scored right in front of the net, so good job for our boys crashing the net. And there's a saying, you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, and our team's resilient. We're finding ways to win. I think we'd like to win by a few more goals and get 3 points out of every win instead of 2 and going to overtime and shootout. But chaotic play, but it's kind of a testament to our systems of just standards and principles. You put pucks on net and you drive the net, and good things happen, and that was the case with that goal there.
You brought up the shootout, and finally that leads us to that move that you pull out of your arsenal, which it must have taken guts. You go forehand, backhand, bar down on your shot. Is that just reading the goalie there, or is that a move that you work on in practice?
Yeah, I think every player probably has their 2-3 moves that they feel comfortable with, and some guys go into shootouts and they have a pre-made plan of what they're going to do, and some people just kind of wing it and see what the goalie's going to give them. So I played against that goalie last year, Willie. Great guy, great goalie. A move he should have seen a couple times last year. So I talked to him after and was bugging him all good stuff. But that was actually my first ever shootout goal that I've had. I think I was 0 for 5 until then, or 3 or something. So glad I got the monkey off of the back and an opportune time.
I want to ask you, Carter, about the way that you play your position as a blue liner. A lot of hockey fans will know that on the power play, for example, that there is the quarterback role, which you play on the power play. But interestingly enough, it kind of feels like a role that you play 5-on-5 too. It's reminiscent to me of, I watched a lot of Ottawa Senators in my day. It reminds me a lot of how a young Erik Karlsson played the game. Being a D-man with forward experience, who are your influences for your current position, and how do you sum up your style as a D-man?
Yeah, you try to play complete game, right? I spent the first 7 years of my pro career and all junior and college playing forward. So old habits die hard. When I'm out there, it's definitely more forward, offensive mentality. When I had to learn the position of D, you're looking at the Cale Makar, the Charlie McAvoy, Adam Fox, and all the Hedman, all those guys, and you just try to learn off them. You're watching hockey, you're watching highlights of them. What are they doing in certain situations, and you're just you're trying your best. You're trying to learn every day, every week, every year. And, for a lot of guys this year, it's clicking, and, we're firing all cylinders. A lot of guys are having great years, and, that's why we're off to a great start of the season.
I talked with Millsy 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we talked about the chemistry between you two. It's so interesting to me because when you're talking about chemistry between two teammates on a hockey team, you're usually either talking about two line mates or you're talking about a D pair. And yet it seems like you two just bring out similar traits in one another. How do you explain that chemistry?
Like Millsy's from the West Coast up in Canada. We live very close to each other, and you're kind of brought up in a certain system of kind of where you play, and had great coaches. Played in similar leagues growing up, so I think the mentality is pretty simple. And him and I have had long talks in the off season of how we want to operate our team and what standards we want to set. He's a great player. It's fun to play with him, and it's really easy to play with a player like Mills and find some chemistry. And he's finding it with Mallow, and then when Orca, before he unfortunately got injured. So it's just we have a lot of good players on the team with good hockey minds, and it's clicking at the start of the year. So we're continuing to try to improve, and we have a good product. We want to make it the best product we can, but we're fortunate to have him, fortunate to have a lot of players, and you can never have too many good hockey minds and players on a team.
Last question, Shanks. We know how clean of an eater you are. The fans already know that you're a fruit connoisseur, if you will. But as of this recording, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I know in reality for you, as a Canadian, Thanksgiving was a month ago. But what are you putting on your plate for Turkey Day?
All of it. I love Thanksgiving meals, so big stuffing guy. You'll get the turkey. I like the dark meat, but you get the cranberry sauce, the pumpkin pie, the potato casseroles, anything, and green beans. I like it all. So we had to try to switch the day of our Thanksgiving meal. We didn't want to have it the day before a game because I think guys would be a little slow foot out there. So we'll have something as a team. It'll be a great team bonding experience, and who doesn't like scarfing down plate after plate of Thanksgiving feast and meals? So it'll be great.
Hope you enjoy it, Shanks.
Thank you. All right.
Carter Shinkarik has been the Swiss Army knife for the Rock Lobsters already in this game and, of course, in this season. Someone with a lot of offensive prowess, being played for the most part in a defensive position this year, but playing in this game also as a center. We've seen that a little bit over the last few games, so it'll be interesting to see where Shinkarik's future is. Probably it will continue to be kind of all over the ice. We also have a chance to talk with Philip Virgilia about kind of his Swedish roots, and Philip Virgilia is the reason that we are up 1-0 over the Port Huron Prowlers. Here's my talk with Philip Virgilia. Matty and Rad here with Rock Lobster forward Philip Virgilia. Philip, it's been an electric start to the season for you. How are you feeling on the ice right now?
I'm feeling great. We've been gelling really well with the guys pretty quick, which has helped our gameplay pretty easily. Just keep on rolling from our wins and keep building our program here.
You've really taken the breath away from some of the fans with your playmaking skills, your vision, your skating. For those who haven't seen you, how would you describe your style of play?
Definitely a hard-working playmaker who has the ability to score. Feed well off of others. If others work well and work hard, I'll find them.
You're the only non-North American on this team from the great nation of Sweden. Are there any Swedes that you feel you model your game after?
That's a great question. Not really. I feel like as of lately, playing a centerman, Henrik Zetterberg has always been a great player to kind of look at. Hard worker, skilled guy. But Johan Franzen has always been a pretty gritty guy, so I've kind of based my play off of him a little bit. So.
The mule, yeah.
There you go, yeah.
I had a chance to talk to Kaysen Galan about the great chemistry that you guys have displayed in the early going. He said that it's easy to play with you because of the amount of speed that you have on the ice. What do you think it makes it easy for you to play with Case?
Oh, I would just say the exact same answer. He's a hungry young kid, and he's flying down the ice. So, he's finding the sweet spots, and it makes it easy for me to find him. Obviously he's got the scoring touch, so yeah, it's just been working really well with us too.
Phil, with your native Malmö, Sweden, I'm sure people think of Andre Burakovsky, Rasmus Andersson. but many sports fans might have thoughts of soccer evoked by your hometown. I know you're a fan of your hometown football club. Were you as obsessed with Zlatan Ibrahimovic like so many Swedes for the last 25 years?
Oh, absolutely. It's a no-brainer right there. He's the god, right? He's the lion. It's been easy for me to to watch soccer and all that home, seeing that our home team, have been Swedish Championship champions now for the last 4 years. But that's always been fun. And yeah, watching a guy like Ibrahimovic and his confidence, it's nice to take that into hockey as well and bring that in. He's a confident guy and makes it easy for him to be a good player. And that's bring that into hockey. So if you're confident, you play well.
You came to this country to play college hockey for Nichols College in Massachusetts, in a competition of what place is colder. Who do you think wins, Sweden or Massachusetts?
Oh, I would definitely say Mass. It's somewhat similar weather, but it's just a little more to the extreme. It's a little colder and a little hotter in the U.S.
What was it like to be a young man to move across the Atlantic to do what you love to do?
Oh, wow, I had no idea it was going to be that big of a change. But honestly, as soon as you settled in and got comfortable there, it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. There's no doubt.
Phil, I want to play a little game with you. I'm going to give you a handful of things associated with Sweden. I want you to tell me if they're underrated or overrated, okay?
Okay, yeah.
First up, Swedish meatballs.
Oh, they're the best thing in the world.
So underrated?
So underrated, yep.
Next up, IKEA.
The best thing ever. Yep, underrated. Easily.
ABBA.
Oh, underrated. Best band there is, yeah, absolutely.
One the Americans might not know, Midsummer.
It's tough. I love Midsummer, honestly. And all my American friends, I want them to be able to experience it once. So I'm going to say, what was it?
Underrated or overrated?
Underrated, yep, underrated, yeah. Because it's just such a blast. And it brings dances and drinking and all that kind of stuff. So what's there not to like?
I was curious if maybe Swedes thought he turned their back on him, William Nylander.
Tough. Always loved that guy, skilled guy. Got a little conflicted when he had his little deal with the money situation. He didn't want to play, but it's still kudos to him. Right? He's a great player, and it's always been fun to watch him dangle a couple of guys. So especially, he's been huge for us in the World Cups and championships in the past. So nothing but love for him, I guess.
Last up, the Swedish royalty.
Oh, they're amazing, right? I think we're one of the few countries left that respects the royalty, right? I think it's like us in Britain. So yeah, they might not have the same power they used to do in the past, but they're inspiration for the Swedish people.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Phil.
Of course. Sorry.
Back here at Akins Ford Arena, the Rock Lobsters leading 1-0. A reminder that this broadcast of the Athens Rock Lobsters is brought to you by Piedmont Athens Regional. Real change lives here. Akins Ford is the largest Ford dealership in Georgia. If you're going to trust anyone, why not trust the biggest and the best? Stanfield Air Systems. We've spent the last 50 years fulfilling Athens' HVAC needs. First American Bank and Trust. We specialize in you. And Terrapin Beer Company, do the right thing always. See the Zamboni going around here. 1-0 lead for the Athens Rock Lobsters. Philip Virgilia, who we just heard from with a sweet wrap-around goal to get the scoring started at 1-0, but he will start the second period in the penalty box after taking a high-sticking minor. The Rock Lobsters already with 3 penalties taken in this game compared to Port Huron. Port Huron is a team that has really succeeded well in their play on the PK this season, and that showed last series against the Mississippi Seawolves. They were able to kill off 5 Mississippi power plays. That was a big reason why they were able to win that game. We are just a couple minutes away here from action once more in the second period between the Rock Lobsters and the Prowlers. Stay tuned here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Real quick before we go to break, let's take a quick second to pause for station identification. WGAU and W254CJ Athens, 98.7 FM and AM 1340 WGAU. We'll be right back after this commercial break. UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me. When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Teams have made their way back to the ice. Rock Lobsters will start on the penalty kill after the Philip Virgilia high-sticking minor. Rock Lobsters leading 1-0 after Virgilia took the lead in the first 3 minutes. A quick wraparound goal. The second game in a row that we've seen the scoring start here at Akins Ford Arena thanks to a slick little wraparound. Garrett Milan got the scoring started last game against the Columbus River Dragons. The Rock Lobsters were unable to hold on to the lead in that game. Will they be able to do so here? Right now they have blanked the Prowlers. Josh Rosenzweig with 7 saves on 7 shots thus far. The Rock Lobsters lead the shot tally 13-7. Team starting to convene at center ice. 23 seconds is all that remains on the Virgilia penalty. Here on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. Some seconds shaved off the face-off alone. Here's Millette right in front of me in the near corner. Tries to make a read, then skates around the net looking for an open pass. Opts for the shot himself, puck loose out in front before being cleared by Alden, but only as far as Alex Johnson. Johnson tied for the most points as a defenseman in the FPHL along with Carter Shinkarik. Over center ice. Rock Lobsters back to 5 players. Pad save from Rosenzweig. Garrett Milan with speed into the other zone. Has Virgilia behind him. Virgilia buzzing after starting the first 30 seconds in the box. Troy Murray with a long way to fetch that puck. Going to try and start and get some momentum here as Shinkarik to his right. Shinkarik with a hard pass off the shin pad there of Tucker Scaleberry. Shinkarik will come back, play it toward Greco. Greco in the far corner on the left side. Has a great pass toward Shinkarik, but was awkward for Shinkarik to try and play the puck there. Shinkarik with a defensive play on the forecheck. Tries to get it back to Kason Gallant. But the Prowlers coming the other way through Stefan Deasy. Ooh, puck loose right over the line. Somehow the Rock Lobsters keep it out. The referees waving that one off. Let's see if we could take another look at that one. Replay just showing us right after the save. Going to change the technology here a little bit to try and have a little bit more seconds to play with on our replay. Somehow the Rock Lobsters are able to help out Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig making the initial save. A team effort to keep that puck out of the net. Carter Shinkarik kicked out of the faceoff once again. The Prowlers a margin away from tying this game up. They seem to have come into this second period with a little bit more pep in the step. But right as I say that, though, Philip Virgilia is able to sneak around a defenseman, get a pass back to Casey Gallant, which is intercepted by a Prowler. Back into the Rock Lobsters zone, recycled here by Kyle Russell. Russell over his own blue line, over center ice, dumps the puck in. Virgilia waiting on the other side. Takes an awkward bounce off the end boards. Hunter Alden gets there instead. Rifles a shot off the near post, but was never really in any danger of going in. Alden with the reverse hit, keeps the puck. Virgilia gets it free. Reller with the wraparound and the goal. He's been hungry with his performances as of late, and now he finally has his first as a Rock Lobster. Brandon Reller with a great, great goal. Brandon Reller with his first goal as a Rock Lobster, his first point as well. He's officially a member of the team, having signed a deal, and it's going to be a quick stoppage right after the faceoff. Faceoff going back the other direction. Robertson, first to touch it after Milan wins the draw. Just need to be a little bit quicker on the replays tonight, not being able to show you guys where the action actually is. Those of you who don't know, I'm running the show here myself, my own producer, director, commentator, but a big thanks to the technical staff here at Akins Ford Arena who have been a huge resource for me. Brandon Reller has doubled this Rock Lobster lead. Rosenzweig plays the puck, takes a quick slap, and because of that, it takes a weird skip around everybody all the way back to be played by Nusiainen. Something is up here with the way goals are being scored on the Federal Hockey website. Believe it's going to be Reller from Virgilia and Alden. Garcia. Picard back to Kolatarsi. Portillo able to protect that puck. Gives Shinkarik a chance to make a play. Showing off his ability to skate backwards. Shinkarik. Good play with the stick of Brendan Ronan. Garcia over the line. Half pass, half shot there. Going to stay with the Rock Lobsters all the way around for Greco. His shot takes a piece of somebody. Puck right behind the net now. Ronan. Back to Murray. Somehow Shinkarik keeps a hold of that puck. Greco tips it onto the stick of Portillo. And finally the Prowlers are able to get that puck out. Prowlers had started this period well, but now found themselves down 2 goals. Brandon Reller, we see a hit there from Michael Greco right into behind of Kenny Stiles. Starting to get a lot more physical here. Puck into the deep pair of the Prowlers. Quick play there on the stick handling of DC. Still on the stick of DC. DC evades 3 or 4 Rock Lobsters, but flew a little bit too close to the sun like Icarus. Here's Reller again. Fired a great pass towards Casey Gallant. Gallant has been very, very hungry to return to the score sheet as of late. It has evaded him lately, but not by much. Alden right at center ice. Dumps the puck in. The Prowlers having to play a lot of defense with their hockey right now. Russell tries to play the body there on Chartrand. Here's Russell on the puck now. Belts out from behind his own net. Banks a pass towards Virgilia. It evades the Swede. Nusiainen plays it. Glukarioff with a pass, a no-look pass there, and then tries a quick rip around on the backhand. Net came off its moorings. And we go to our first timeout here, it feels, of the second period. Brandon Reller gets on the score sheet for the first time as an Athens Rock Lobster, and now the Athens team leads 2-0. We'll be back after this commercial break. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Farmburger is defined by its mission, its farms, its team, and its family. In 2008, our co-founders gathered around a single idea: redefine the burger by bringing together a community of ranchers, farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and eaters. Our promise is to strive every day and with every burger to uphold these core values to each and every one of you. We do that by holding ourselves to a higher standard. Grass-fed and grass-finished, that means our cattle are never fed grain. Our belief feeds our mission, and our mission is to feed you. A chance to salute another member of our military here at Akins Ford Arena. Rock Lobsters trying to give him a show right now. And they're doing a good job of doing just that. A 2-goal lead with 13:50 left in the second period. Rock Lobsters haven't had themselves a 2-goal lead in quite a bit now. Taking a look. Don't believe they've had a multi-goal lead in their last 5 games. So let's see what they can do with it here. Can they protect it, try to make this home ice a fortress? No doubt the Rock Lobster fans have brought the energy tonight. Let's see if the Rock Lobsters can bring them a win. Puck flipped into the Athens Rock Lobster bench, despite Kolatarski trying to pin his body to the boards to try and keep that puck into play. Kolatarski being paired here with Matt Garcia. Glukarioff on the ice with Milan and Philip Virgilia. You want to talk about someone who's due. Daniil Glukarioff coming off his best game of the season with 3 assists. All 3 of his points this season came in that game. He's someone that feels like he's due to get on the score sheet. Matt Garcia. He knows about shots from that range. That one somehow found a way over the crossbar, and guess who it is? It was Daniil Glukarioff. Let's see if I can get the replay right this time. Glukarioff with a very, very quick shot over the crossbar right after Matt Garcia had sent a puck towards net. Then Kolatarski gets dispossessed. Millette with a breakaway chance, just misses wide. Reggie Millette misses on the breakaway. Rosenzweig stands tall, is getting challenged a couple more times, makes a couple great saves. The most recent one happening against Brett Lockhart. Here's Millette once again, causing the Rock Lobsters a little bit of ruckus here in the middle part of this second period. That one skips over the stick of Federley. Alex Johnson tries to play it ahead of himself, but Glukarioff gets to that loose puck first. Athens gets it out of the zone, but they can't wriggle possession away from the Prowlers. Awkward bounce, Garcia. Kolatarski getting into the back of Graham. Graham trying to play that one off the hind end of Rosenzweig. Doesn't work out to his favor. Garcia with a great pass to his left. Philip Virgilia. Pirouettes in. Milan doing everything he can to try and get away from the physical presence that the Prowlers are putting up. Puck comes back from Greco. Plays it quick one time. Taking a spill on the ice there is Scantlebury. Shot saved by Nusiainen. Here's Glukarioff again. You can really feel the hunger in the Russian, wanting to follow up his great performance last game with another one here tonight. Greco sends that one up the left side of the ice to the blue line. Prowlers still on the prowl for their first game in this matchup. Puck falls in neutral ice. Brendan Ronan to Murray. Right at the center is Picard. Tries the quick flip behind him. Never reached Greco. Picard whistles ones around the end boards for Shinkarik. Greco to Shinkarik. Plays one off the glass over the boards ahead of him. Brendan Ronan can't find Picard with his pass. Shinkarik with a couple different line mates tonight. This time being paired up with Ronan and Picard. Michael Greco makes the initial block there, and then Michael Greco just completely wipes out Chartrand and then continues that trend against some other challenger. It's number 25, Alex Johnson, and now we've got a dropping of the gloves. Murray there taking on Chartrand. Murray able to get his hand free. A couple twos, trying to get that helmet free. The referees have got him wrangled up. Another look there at Murray's punches. A good fight for Murray. Greco also going to the box. Johnson is still down on the ice. Johnson being helped by the team doctor of the Athens Rock Lobsters. Took a hit up high against Greco. Alex Johnson not feeling too hot right now. Trying to see if we can get back to his feet, and he does. He makes his way back to the Prowler bench. Not looking good. It looks like he took a punch from Greco. Not even sure that Johnson was even paying attention to where the punch was coming from. So very, very dangerous play there. And it's resulted in Alex Johnson being down on the ice for quite some time. So there's definitely a call here for the referees to make. They're consulting with Carter Shinkarik and Austin Federley, the two captains of these two clubs. No doubt that Greco's going to be in the box here. The question is for how much time. I have a feeling that if the referees take a look at the game footage, that Greco might likely be kicked out of this game. Wonder if there's anything resulting there from the earlier play on in the first period. Maybe Greco feeling hard done by in the first period after he was down on the ice for quite some time, but not a pretty look there. Shinkarik and Federley returning back to their benches. They're heading towards the Rock Lobster penalty box. Troy Murray also in there for fighting. It doesn't look like Greco's being removed from the penalty box yet. But we do know it's going to be a 5-on-4 power play for the Port Huron Prowlers. Chartrand and Murray for fighting. Prowlers with a chance here to scratch one back, as the Rock Lobsters are back on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. 2 for roughing, 2 for interference for Greco. Millette at the line. Scantleberry tiptoeing right over the left faceoff circle. Shinkarik protecting the net there. Scantleberry on this left side. We're trying to get a sniff of a shot here on the power play. Millette. Great passing all around. All that it was missing was the finishing touches. Luke James could not find Scantleberry waiting on the doorstep. Millette. Back at the blue line, Slapper rips the stick up of Scantleberry. He gets a quick stick back on the ice after retrieving one from the bench. Millette gets the laser of a pass from DC, but the Rock Lobsters are able to clear their side of the ice. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left of Port Huron power play. Port Huron still looking for their first goal in this matchup. All the way around comes the puck. Colatarsi digs that puck out for Virgilia, who then clears the ice. Murray for fighting. Chartrand for fighting. Greco with 2 minors of roughing and interference. Virgilia with a good defensive play with the stick. Hunter Alden follows it up by dumping that further into the zone. 2 minutes left on the power play for Port Huron. Power play that's struggled this season, just like the Rock Lobsters. A tale of 2 stories for special teams for both of these 2 teams. 2 very good penalty kill teams, 2 below average power play teams. Ooh, wiping out there in the corner is Matt Graham. That's going to smart for the 35-year-old. Puck at the line. Kason Gallant makes a play with his stick. And then Colatarsi finishes up business. And the Rock Lobsters continue to do that here on the power play. Now 1:10 left on the man advantage. Millette. Ooh, a heavy hit there as Robertson rocks Scantleberry. Shinkarik will shave more time off. Nusiainen tries to save some of those seconds playing the puck himself. Might be one more rush, maybe 2 here for the Prowlers. DC can't take it past Shinkarik. Shinkarik kept his stick on the ice, was able to get that puck free. I believe that puck is whistled dead for the hand pass. We'll do the face-off right in front of the Port Huron penalty box. Something's going on here. Nusiainen has made his way back to the bench. Fist bumps Reed Cooper. It looks like it's just going to be a timeout here. So we'll go to another commercial break here. Rock Lobsters leading 2-0. They are 28 seconds away from killing off a 4-minute Port Huron power play.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
The Port Huron power play is not what they have hoped thus far. 4 minutes of it, but now 28 seconds is all that's left. And there really haven't been that many convincing chances on the man advantage for Port Huron either. Then the Rock Lobsters win the resulting faceoff after the timeout, and puck is cleared the length of the ice. There might be one more chance here. Millette. Lateral pass to Scantlebury. Milan's not going to win that race against Lockhart. Mind you, Lockhart had a heck of a head start. And the Rock Lobsters are back to even strength as Michael Greco has made his way back to the ice. Scantlebury tries a wraparound of his own, and he's got it in. Right after the power play ends, the Prowlers have got their first goal of the night as Scantlebury goes hard around the net and buries his team-leading 9th of the year. One goal back for the Prowlers. And it had been a good start to this second period. The middle portion of the second had left some to be desired for the Prowlers, but now the vibes are back good on the away bench after the Scantlebury goal. A hard-fired slapper goes through the legs of Garcia. Rosenzweig has to bat one out of the midair. Gallant around to Garcia. His pass takes a deflection. Kolatarsi back to play the puck. 6 minutes left in the second. Nusiainen plays the puck himself. Brandon Reller playing hard on Ben Brockway. Somehow the Prowlers come out of their zone with the puck. Dumped in by Austin Federley. Robertson, great pass all the way the width of the ice to Portillo. Portillo with a wrist shot right into the midsection of Nusiainen, and that will stop play at the 5:30 mark. Got a quick chance here to thank some of our sponsors, including Athens Area Urology. You're in good hands with Athens Area Urology. Plumber Pro, Hospitality South, Athens Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Classic City Flats, the home of the Rock Lobsters, Harmon Enterprises, and Roto-Rooter. Rock Lobsters have been comfortable for most of this game. Prowlers keeping them on their toes now, just behind 1 goal. Trying to fight for that second puck so much as Brendan Ronan, one of the newest members of this Rock Lobster team. Picard gets a piece of the puck with his stick, but it is driven past his blade to a Prowler. Riley Robertson benefits off the hit of Justin Portillo. Here's Russell with a clean zone entry. Had the right idea to play the puck towards Brendan Ronan. Prowlers working from behind the net. Try the long-range pass. Doesn't work out in their favor. Robertson right in front of the penalty boxes. Loses out on the puck, but falls back down for Ronan, who dumps it in. Glukaryov gives chase. And we've got another whistle here. Looks like we've got a slashing call, and it's going to be going up against Kenny Stiles. So Kenny Stiles will go to the box. The Rock Lobsters are heading to the power play. Can't wait to see how they do after this commercial break. There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living. Still here in a commercial break. Media timeout here at Akins Ford Arena. Let's take a quick recap on how we got here. Goals from Philip Virgilia at the 3:21 mark of the first period. Rock Lobsters started out a period hot once again in the second as Brandon Reller scored his first career goal for the Rock Lobsters. And then Tucker Scantleberry with a wraparound of his own, his 9th of the season, was able to scratch one back for the Prowlers. We are still behind 2-1 with 4:33 left in the second period. Milan loses out on the faceoff to Luke James, but the Rock Lobsters have the puck. Kolatarsi waiting at the line of blue. Milan thinking about that wrister from the dot. Misses wide. Shinkarik. Because of his defensive acumen, the Rock Lobsters are able to keep the puck. Shinkarik. Milan to Kolatarsi. His laser misses wide. Kolatarsi will have another chance. Instead he opts for the pass to Shinkarik. A rocket that misses wide as well. 4 or 5 shots on this shift here for this 5 of Virgilia, Glukaryov, Shinkarik, and Kolatarsi. Shinkarik picks up the loose puck. Kolatarsi and Shinkarik exchanging. Back to the number 4, Milan with a slapper. Glukaryov follows up, misses high once again. We've had a few viewers this season from Moscow in the chat. Would love to see them potentially explode at seeing their boy Glukaryov get in on the score sheet. .339, a minute 7 on the power play for the Rock Lobsters. You feel like the power play for Athens will hopefully be like a bottle of ketchup. As soon as one hits the back of the net, they'll hopefully keep coming, but they have been hard to come by as of late. Milan slaps it to the right for Glukaryov. Kolatarsi. Back to Milan. Really good passing all around. Glukaryov forces the pad save from Nusiainen. Shinkarik with a slapper. That one's loose out in front. Drops back for Kolatarsi. Oh, what a laser, misses wide. Kolatarsi trying to restore a multi-goal lead here for the home team. Kolatarsi, one-time pass to Shinkarik to his left. Shot gets blocked with a body. Milan on the right side shifts a pass up that blue line to Kolatarsi, who misses high this time. Milan, like a coil who's ready to unspring here. Kolatarsi back to Shinkarik, another slapper that's saved by Nusiainen, but the Prowlers can't clear. Power play over for the Rock Lobsters. Another save from Nusiainen. The Rock Lobsters really stacking the shots up here. Is there one more chance left despite the power play being over? The Rock Lobsters pinning the Prowlers here. Shot was blocked up high by Parsons. Virgilia trying to pass it towards the slot. Shinkarik able to try and help out the Swede, dig that puck out. 2 minutes of play left in the second period. Murray wheels around his own net. First time the puck hasn't been in the Prowler side of the ice for quite some time. Oh my goodness, Brandon Reller with a couple of great moves towards the net. Kaysen Gallant tried to follow up that move with a shot of his own. Was saved by Nusiainen. Murray plays it with his feet. Banked off by Russell right behind the net. Almost a risky turnover there by the Rock Lobsters, but now Reller is on his way. Reller has been skating hard towards the net tonight. Pass for Russell, who forces yet another save out of Nusiainen. Rock Lobsters leading in shots 27-13 right now. Alden takes it in. Brett Lockhart can't take the puck with him. Scantlebury with a couple of great moves of his own. The goal scorer for the Prowlers today. Knows he has to try and get something done here late on in this period. But misses wide on Rosenzweig. Garcia with the puck behind Rosenzweig's net in the last minute of play here in the second period. Both teams have scored in this second. Rock Lobsters with a 2-1 lead that they would love to go into the second intermission and hold on to, but they have iced the puck with 22.1 seconds left. If the Prowlers have something drawn up here, they might be able to get something fired towards Rosenzweig right off the face-off. Hunter Alden will take the draw against the veteran, Matt Graham. Leads the team in points and assists. What do you do if you're Matt Graham? You're the head coach or the GM. You're leading the team in points. What do you say? Hey, guys, just play more like me? We saw Scantlebury just leave the ice there, hobbling off. Matt Graham gets kicked off, and I got to say, I didn't see much in it. Taking his place will be Luke James. Garcia. We'll have an interview with Matt Garcia in the second intermission. Is there one more piece of action here in this second period? Matt Graham with a quick turnaround pass to Millette. Millette's running out of time here. Steps on the brakes. Pass back to the blue line. Not knowing how much time there was, though, was Ludwig Thelstrom, who slips down to the white of the ice. Justin Portillo not happy about something, letting his displeasure be known to the referees. Garcia with a quick consultation with his goaltender, Josh Rosenswag. Both teams making their way to the locker room. A 2-goal period split between these two teams. Brandon Reller, someone who looked so close to scoring multiple times last game here against the Columbus River Dragons. He's been able to finally get on the board with his first goal, his first point. This is his first year in pro hockey. Did have 2 assists earlier this year with the Macon Mayhem, but his first point as an Athens Rock Lobster. 11 minutes later, Tucker Scantleberry went hard to the net and then wrapped around hard as well to scratch one back for the Prowlers and cut the deficit to 2-1. Matt Garcia is someone who opened up the scoring here at Akins Ford Arena, scored the first ever goal in this brand new arena. I was able to talk with him and talk about his feelings and his upbringing in Illinois. Welcome back to another intermission interview here on the Rock Lobster Network. Matt Rad here as always, and joined today by a first-time guest, Matthew Garcia. Matt, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Good to talk to you. I want to start at the very beginning of your journey, which starts in Homer Glen, Illinois, about 32 miles southwest of downtown Chicago. I doubt many people, especially here in Georgia, know much of Homer Glen. What can you tell us about home?
Yeah, I mean, Homer Glen is only like a half hour from Chicago, too. It's really close to everything, really close to the AAA team Chicago Fury. Arctic Ice Cream is where I spent a lot of my time. In that area, there's a lot of rinks, and the joke story is you can't go more than 15 minutes without driving and finding an ice rink. So it was really beneficial for me as a kid.
You actually worked at an ice rink, didn't you? You worked for 5 years at Canlan Sports. You were able to have some important positions in that organization, really just through kind of your own willingness, motivation, self-belief. Can you tell your story about your time there?
Yeah, I had a lot of positions there. I started as a youth hockey instructor. I loved it. I always loved, teaching kids how to skate, how to play hockey in general. My old coach for high school, Doug Bossy, brought me on. Great guy, great mentor, teaching that way. And then the position a couple years down the road fell in my lap to help with the youth hockey director position, especially with the 3-on-3 for this summer when I come home from school. It taught me a lot. Loved every second of it. Thanks again, to Brooks Clinton, everyone that helped me out in that rink was great.
You would end up traveling 2 hours south of home to go to Illinois State University. You just graduated in July. I know your time playing ACHA hockey as a Redbird meant a lot to you. What made the campus of ISU so welcoming to you?
Yeah, it's funny because I come down here I see the campus of UGA, and it is massive. It is about got to be double, maybe the size of Illinois State's campus. And I love that, kind of a smaller campus feel. It wasn't that small. It was still a school of 22,000 plus. But my time there, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was great. The teammates were great. I was able to live with my best friend 8 years. He was the captain. I was the assistant captain towards the end of our tenure there. The coaching was great. They were fun. I learned a lot there. It helped me grow as a player, and it got me to experience a lot of different things that I didn't experience with youth hockey. Good learning experiences and great stories I'll always have.
You're one of the lone guys on this team that's coming straight from ACHA hockey onto the roster. How did this opportunity arise for you, and how quickly did it all progress with you just graduating in July, and now, about 5 months later, you're playing pro hockey?
Yeah, extremely fast. It all progressed extremely fast. I was playing hurt. I tore I had a high ankle sprain going into nationals, and I thought I was going to be done once we lost to. Well, personally, I think we lost to a team we shouldn't have lost to in our nationals game, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do next, and then thankfully Coach Martinson reached out, and we were able to talk. And then I was able to reach out back to him. We were able to get into talks, and then it happened. And I think I was funny because one of my roommates was joking, and they were like, "Your name was the only name on the website for the like a while." So I was like, "Oh, I guess I was that first kid." And then it was just from there, everyone was like, "Oh, it was the first kid." But it was really cool, a really cool experience. I was excited to join a team where I'm coached by such a coach that has the best reputation in hockey that I've ever had. And just over these short few games, I've learned so much. I'm blessed that I was able to communicate with them and join the team.
What kind of put you in that position to draw Coach Martinson's eye? Was it just because, he was kind of mostly based out of Illinois at that point? Did that have a large part to play in it?
Yeah, a massive part to play in it for sure. I was also his son was part of the Redbirds as well. That was one of our biggest connecting pieces there is too.
Matt, you've been in Illinois pretty much your entire life. Was it at all a difficult decision to move so far away from everything you've known?
Yeah, it's the South is the hospitality is awesome. The people have been awesome. The fans have been amazing. Um, I've never heard so many y'alls in my life. So that's something a little new for sure. And it was hard, being a little younger, moving. It was a 15-hour drive, not being able to wake up and, you know, if I wanted to go home from school for 2.5 hours, I was able to go. All my family is from Illinois, except for a couple people who live in Arizona. So again, this was a totally new area for me, and it's been really easy. The team's made it really easy. Again, the fans, the city of Athens has made it real easy, and I don't have zero regret for anything I've done so far.
That kind of segues beautifully into my next question. What has the learning experience been like for you this year, given that this is one of really the most veteran teams that we have in this league? And now you have the senior members of this team like Carter Shinkarik, Justin Portillo, Garrett Milan. What have guys like that in this team taught you in your first professional season?
Oh God, where do I start? Especially with those 3 names. Like Carter's been, I couldn't think of a better like captain to learn from and watch what they do on a day-to-day life than Carter. Same with Portsy. Portsy's always getting us fired up, always teaching different things. Just watching these guys. Like I've never played juniors. I've never been in a fight, and I'm learning from like Ports, who I mean, that's got to be like learning from one of the best kids, the most dangerous kids in the league at fighting, and he's taught me so much in that respect, how to be a person. Same with Carter, same with Millsy. Millsy being there and being labeled as our assistant coach, he really does like teach little certain aspects. If he sees something, he's going to say something, and you can't ask for anything better than that, especially with all his knowledge, his skill. It's someone all three of them, but him too. It's just someone you want to be around and be a sponge and absorb all that stuff. Mallow Johnson too. He's been a great guy to like help out. Great locker room guy. You get to see how he conducts himself. Hard to play against, and almost I could go on and on about every single veteran on this team. They've all helped me so much. Being so young, it's really been a gift to learn from this team.
Garth, something that's stood out to me about you, whenever we see pictures of the team at events, reaching out to the community, talking to fans, it always seems like your face is out in the forefront. It really seems like you're taking to the community aspect of being a part of this team. What are you liking about kind of that whole realm thus far?
Everything the team, like the fans, especially at Illinois State, like we did a little bit of stuff along those lines, but it wasn't that much. And I always pushed that we should be doing more, getting involved with everything more often. Like we always had skate with the Redbirds and stuff, and the youth hockey team would come out, and that would be enjoyable. We should have done more. And so when the media team was asks for volunteers or whenever it is, especially with the youth hockey program that we've been working so closely with, one of the first times down here, doing the ball hockey, I had a blast. I think it's just as fun or more fun for me to be interacting with the kids, playing ball hockey with the kids. I even walked away with a battle scar. One of them cut my ankle, and it was awesome. It was the best time I ever had. Uh, just being on the team, getting out there and like showing that we're here, we're in the community, we want to help the community, we want to be involved and have fun, not only put on a show on the ice, but be there in the community to help. make it better, help make it better.
A lot of work went into the first part of the season, 11 road games, everything building up to that first ever home game against the Seawolves. And you, of course, had the distinct pleasure to score the first ever goal in Akins Ford Arena, right in front of the Mississippi bench, about a step in front of the blue line. You sent a shot that their goaltender never saw. Maybe he saw it on the replay, but he didn't see it as it was coming his way. Just take us through that moment, what you saw, what you felt, and what you experienced from the time the pass made it to the blade of your stick to the time you took that knee at center ice.
Yeah, I could go back even to the beginning of the game when our names are calling out, and the energy that the fans in Georgia brought to a hockey game was shocking and awesome to see. I didn't know. I've never been to the South. I didn't know how many fans would be there to start, but the hype was true. The fans came out. It was unbelievable. It was a great experience for my first home game for sure. And the puck got on my stick, and I know you coach says a shot on net's never a bad shot. I took it, shot it. Portsy had a great screen. He's a big man to see around, so it makes a ton of sense why he never saw that shot. And it hit. I just saw it go in at the last second, and I couldn't believe it. It was two great feelings for me. One, a relief where I haven't scored in the year yet, and I got my opportunity to score, and it was like almost like a monkey off the back. Like, okay, like I'm here. I'm helping contribute to the scoring aspect. And then two, it hit me when I dropped to a knee in the center of the ice. Like, I scored the first goal in this home building, and to hear the fan support and it was, I mean, I still can't believe it till now. I had family text me, friends text me. Funny enough, Ed Coffey, the goalie, was a goalie that I played at Illinois State. He played for Maryville. So I had old teammates text me being like, no way, like your first goal was against Coffey, who we played last year against Maryville all the time. And I had scored on him a couple of times in college as well. So it was a surreal moment, and I can't believe it still.
I mean, talk a little bit more about, a year ago, you're thinking to yourself, all right, I'm going to graduate this summer. I'm going to try and get a sales job or, whatever my next step is. And now you're scoring a professional goal, your first ever professional goal. And not only that, but it came in such a big moment. I mean, talk about kind of what this means for you on a personal level.
It means a ton. I still get whenever someone texts me or a family texts me, I still get a chill down my spine, and I know that I made the best decision I possibly could have made. The love of the game is always there, and it was still there when I was about to leave school, and I couldn't leave yet. I couldn't walk away from it yet. And again, going back to coach, to even be on the same bench as him and absorb the knowledge, like hockey for some it ends whenever. Sometimes it's unforgiving like that, right? And I love working with youth. So down the road, down the ladder, when it's all said and done, just to learn from coach, play in this league, and my drive, like my love for the game and working with youth hockey, that'll help me set up for a coaching job down the line as well, as long as I'm having that great piece of paper that says I was able to graduate from school.
Matt, you're the first guy on the team that I've gotten to talk to since that home game. It was electric for me, and I wasn't even on the ice. I mean, what were the feelings going through you and the boys' minds? Had anyone else on the team ever experienced anything like that before?
I can't speak for the rest of the team, but I've never experienced a new opening rink in a city that hasn't had much experience with hockey except for the UGA Bulldogs, and it was again, it's hard. It's awesome to have been a part of for what everything that happened. Every game for us is a must win, right? We always come out. We always want to win. There is no losing. We all hate to lose. But that game felt like it was either a do or die, right? No one wants to see a team lose after all the hype, all the stuff that went into it, all the hard work the front office staff did, all the hard work the media team did, all the hard work you've done to promote the hype of the team. So it was relieving to get that win at home, and the reaction, besides hearing a couple of quarters or the fourth period at the end of the game when my parents were sitting in the stands, and listening to some of the fans talk about it. We're learning though, and Athens is here, and we're I think it's slowly becoming a hockey city, which is great.
No doubt, Matt. We're excited to get back in there. A home and away series this weekend against the Columbus River Dragons. Matt, thank you for joining me today.
No problem, team. Thanks for having me.
No problem. A historic season in the Classic City is finally here. Call 706-510-2959 today to lock in your full season or mini plan tickets before they're gone. Secure your seat in Akins Ford Arena and cheer on your Athens Rock Lobsters. Once again, that number is 706-510-2959. Zamboni on the ice here in the second intermission as the Rock Lobsters are up 2-1 against the Port Huron Prowlers. Taking a look at how we got here once again. Philip Virgilia opened up the scoring with a wraparound at the 3:21 mark of the first period. The Rock Lobsters came out guns a-blazing in the next period as well as Brandon Reller, someone who looked set on getting his first goal as a Rock Lobster and his first pro goal in the previous game against the Columbus River Dragons here at Akins Ford Arena. He has now set his account for the Rock Lobsters in 2024. Taking a 2-0 lead, which was then cut later on in the period at the 13-17 mark. Tucker Scantlebury with a wraparound goal of his own. Wondering if we got a little bit behind here in the intermission. There's 5 minutes on the clock, but it's frozen there. Looks like we may have gotten a little late on the Zamboni. So we'll keep you updated here. Chance to thank some more of our sponsors, including Aero Exterminators, Northeast Distributing Company, Aegis Trust Company, De Palma's Italian Cafe, Leslie Jones Law, Porterhouse Grill, Farm Burger, Fox's Pizza, and 23 Design. Don't forget about Athens Area Urology. You're in good hands with Athens Area Urology. Plumber Pro, Hospitality South, Athens Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Classic City Flats, Harmon Enterprises, and Roto-Rooter. We'll be back after these commercial breaks. First one from Classic City Flats, the home of the Rock Lobsters. Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me.
When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Prowlers just making their way back on the ice, rather the Zebras. They're on the prowl for penalties in this affair. We'll take a brief moment to pause for station identification. WGAU and W254 CJ Athens, 98.7 FM and AM 1340 WGAU. Rock Lobsters have done enough here to make sure that they have secured a lead at 2-1 going into the potentially final period. Remember, the Rock Lobsters have gone to overtime 7 times this season, having fallen in their last 2 games in overtime. Before that, they were undefeated in 5 games in either the overtime or the shootout. As you can see, members of both teams making their return to the ice. Prowlers with a chance to tie things up here, but the shots were heavily in the favor of the Rock Lobsters in the second period, outshooting Port Huron 12-7. In the first, they outshot them 13-7. So right now, Rock Lobsters leading the shot category 25-14 going into the third period. Rock Lobsters have let up some late goals lately. Namely, last game when they let up a Cody Wickline goal against the Columbus River Dragons with less than a minute to go, sending that game into overtime. The River Dragons would go on to win in the shootout. Josh Rosenzweig looking for his first win since that early November victory against the Monroe Moccasins. Both teams have struggled on the power play tonight. All 3 goals at even strength, despite the fact that there has been 10 penalties in this game. Looks like the officials, the Prowlers, and the Rock Lobsters are ready to get things started in the third period. Prowlers get the first touch of the puck here in the third. Here's Lockhart here on the right side. Plays it quickly back where it came from to his D partner, Ben Brockway. That one just wide of Rosenzweig. Federley with a shot there. Virgilia saw that one from way on out, trying to snipe his teammate, Garrett Milan. Virgilia back on the puck. Quick 1-2 pass played between him and Murray. Glukarioff to his left for Kolatarsi, pardon me. Off the boards after being played off a skate. Milan into the corner. Dispossessed by the Prowlers, and Bussell gets the puck to the goal scorer for Scantlebury. Misses that top shelf high. Scantlebury playing the game a keep away. It's a game that he played very well there temporarily before Philip Virgilia took it off the blade of a stick. Good pressure here at the start from the Prowlers. Murray with the flip up. Shinkarik to Gallant. Back to the captain. Clever to go backhand, forehand, but Nusiainen stands tall. Shinkarik back on the puck. Can't find Gallant with his pass. Bussell picks up the loose biscuit and dumps it towards Rosenzweig. Off the end boards, played first by Chartrand. Shinkarik sending the Rock Lobsters the other way. Making a pass to the D-man for the Prowlers, Brian Parsons. Back and forth in possession here through the first 2 minutes of the third period. Back at the blue line. Slapper. Rosenzweig makes the save there on Parsons. Camera view staying here on this corner as we see Rosenzweig make the freeze. Murray said that that's a dive there from Tristan Sim. Sim took some sort of contact up high. Murray saying that he then made the most of it, and then Murray gets his stick kicked away. Murray then pushes Sim back to the ice. Feels like a little bit of recess games here between these two teams. Murray asked Sim if he wanted to go. Sim didn't oblige. Penalties for both Sim and Murray. We'll see if they're offsetting. Shinkarik, the Rock Lobster captain, and Tucker Scantleberry exchanging conversation as they await the adjudication. Curious if we'll be going back to 4-on-4. We've already seen multiple times tonight. Situation getting explained to the two captains by Ken Radolinski, the official wearing number 64 tonight. Already 2 minutes and 22 seconds gone in the third period. Nothing to show for the tidy start to the third for the Prowlers thus far. Long explanation here for this penalty. Shinkarik heads back towards head coach Steve Martinson to let him know. Shinkarik had a thought about something. He said, hey, what about this? We'll see how the penalties are reflected here as the wave has made its way to the lobster tank. Part of a two-game series here. Rock Lobsters against the Prowlers back here tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. A lot of the Athens faithful enjoying the Hockey and Hops night here presented by Terrapin. Terrapin Beer Company, do the right thing always. Shinkarik looks the more upset of the two parties. It looks like the Rock Lobsters are going to be shorthanded here. Still waiting for the official call. 4 players on the ice for the Rock Lobsters, 5 for the Prowlers. And then face-off one by Port Huron as well. Lockhart up the boards. Back here for Scantleberry, looking for his second goal of the night. That one skips over the stick of the Prowler waiting behind the net. Back here for Millette to the left side. Lockhart. Millette. Lockhart able to find the back of the net. And the Prowlers have tied things up for the first time since it was 0-0. Murray makes his way out of the box. And the Rock Lobsters' discipline, or lack thereof, has shot themselves in the foot as Port Huron goes ahead and gets a goal through Lockhart on the power play. Lockhart in his first full pro season. That's his second goal of 2024. Probably the first thought that goes to all of the Rock Lobster fans' minds is, are we heading to another overtime period? Still a long ways to go here in the third. Rosenzweig makes a play on the puck. That one skips over the stick of Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson still in this game after taking a hit up high from Michael Greco earlier on in the contest. Shinkarik at center ice. Backhand flip into the zone. Ronan and Gallant on this line with Shinkarik. Very dangerous play there from Nusiainen. Played it straight into Brendan Ronan for the Rock Lobsters. Was hoping that someone would be in the slot, but his pass never made it to anyone in red and navy. Nusiainen. Ronan can't stop the flow of that puck up the far boards, but Russell can. On a pair here with Matt Garcia. Gallant with a backhand loft. Bussell with good protection. Takes it to the penalty boxes, into the face-off circle, hard towards the net. Good job from Josh Rosenzweig to float through the crease and follow that puck before making the save. Very dangerous play there from the Prowlers, who have come out guns a-blazing here in the third period. Rock Lobsters need to wake up here a little bit. Can the face-off win from Milan be a catalyst here? Virgilia in front of the two penalty boxes. Glukaryov makes chase on a puck that bounces out of the corner. That one's into the netting, and that'll stop play. At the far dot, Milan is going to square up here against Bussell. Bussell was very briefly a Rock Lobster, never suited up for the team, was flipped quickly from Binghamton to Athens to Port Huron. Russell on the first-time shot. That one takes a deflection into the corner. Bussell comes out of the pack with the puck free. Kolatarsi with a great poke check, then gets it up the right side for Virgilia. Good passing play all around. Milan lets it drop. Nusiainen is able to push it toward the end boards. We've got a cross-checking penalty. This one's going to go against Brian Parsons. So after the Prowlers found the first power play goal of the night, the Athens Rock Lobsters have a chance to do something on the Paloma Park power play. The Rock Lobsters score on the Paloma Park power play. Fans can unlock $3 tacos at Paloma Park for 24 hours through the FanSaves app. Yet another good reminder to download FanSaves and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check out the Rock Lobsters digital coupon book. We're now tied at 2 apiece. Rock Lobsters will hope that they don't go to their 8th overtime contest of the year. Gallant finds the top shelf. Gallant with the bow and arrow, able to strike and take a 3-2 lead for Athens. We have seen Kaysen Gallant as of late maybe frustrated that he hadn't been able to find the back of the net. Don't believe he had since that breathtaking last-second goal in Columbus. Kaysen Gallant has given the Rock Lobsters the lead once again, and no doubt we have a very happy mama in the chat, and Tammy Gallant, I'm sure. Jason Gallant with his 10th goal of the season. Reller trying to follow it up. Gallant almost with 2 in quick succession. DC able to get that puck away from danger for the Prowlers. Gallant now playing a good bit of defense to get that puck out of his zone. Rock Lobsters with a 3-2 lead. The same scoreline in which they have their lone victory in this building. On the icing, whistle is blown. Clock reads 14 minutes and 21 seconds. And we're going to a commercial break. Kason Gallant on the power play has secured $3 tacos for Rock Lobster fans. We'll be back after this break.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Farm Burger is defined by its mission, its farms, its team, and its family. In 2008, our co-founders gathered around a single idea: redefine the burger by bringing together a community of ranchers, farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and eaters. Our promise is to strive every day and with every burger to uphold these core values to each and every one of you. We do that by holding ourselves to a higher standard. Grass-fed and grass-finished, that means our cattle are never fed grain. Our belief feeds our mission, and our mission is to feed you. How about the last couple minutes here in Akins Ford Arena, right after Brett Lockhart had tied things up at 2 apiece. The Rock Lobsters go on the power play, one of their own, and Kason Gallant gets the goal. No assists according to federalhockey.com. The Prowlers now have to try and tie this game up yet again. Troy Murray pokes it for himself. Kulatarsi makes a long clearance, and that one's going to be an icing. Brett Lockhart touches it first. Lockhart, who scored to make it 2-2. A little bit of a wrister on the power play. His goal is assisted by Millette and Scantlebury. So good night for Scantlebury, who has a goal and assist. Scantlebury made the headlines in Game 1. Had a power play goal then on a shot from the left wing circle. Murray, after it's touched by 5 or 6 different players, he's able to scoop it up into the neutral zone. It definitely feels like the 1-goal lead has not been safe for the Rock Lobsters as of late. So Steve Martinson's going to be a lot more comfortable if they can get one more here. Lukari off a risky pass, turns the puck over. Lockhart behind the net. Millette helps it on into the corner. Federley followed it the whole way. Millette to the blue line for Brockway. Lockhart from the line. His shot gets blocked. That one well into the air. Garrett Milan played the body instead of the puck. It was smart. Very much so unsettled Ben Brockway, who stands at 6'3" over Garrett Milan's 5'8". The Prowlers have skated toward the net a lot harder with the puck in the latter stages of this game, and it's paid off for them. Looking a lot more offensively dangerous than they did in the first period. Rosenzweig puts a stop to that one for Robertson. Riley Robertson, a big old boy, tallest out of these two teams at 6'6". He gets his stick held back by the stick of Scantlebury. Hand goes up for offsides. Long clearance all the way back, and we've got ourselves another icing. Start-stop here in the third period. Rock Lobsters make a change. Trying to take a look at how this line will look. It's going to be Virgilia with Reller and Hunter Alden in the center position. Gallant, the current game winner, tries to double that lead. His shot goes wide. Prowlers, good puck handling here from Sim. Backhander, wide to the right. Greco towards central ice. That one's going to be likely another icing unless Reller beats it out. Beats the icing with the forecheck. Then gets the puck in the corner. Backhands it back for Garcia, who flips it up the boards to Alden. Gallant trying to find side of that puck. Alden looking out to his right. That puck takes an awkward bounce away from him and sends the Prowlers the other way. Offside at the Rock Lobster blue line, going against the Prowlers. Clock reads 11:31. Rock Lobsters with a lead thanks to Kaysen Gallant. Tammy Gallant, mother of Kaysen, joining us from work tonight. Was happy to see her son get back on the score sheet, as was every Rock Lobster fan in the building and watching from home. Thank you for tuning in tonight to the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Make sure you like the stream and subscribe. Slapper from Glukaryov. When is his first Rock Lobster goal going to come? We've already seen one first tonight. Garcia. That one played just on the tip of the glove of Nusiainen. Milan back to Greco. Shot went into the back of Brockway. Was loose for Glukaryov, saved by Nusiainen. Millette all the way to the left for Federley. Milan unable to bring that puck with him. That one trickles out of the zone. Johnson can't save it. Rock Lobsters will change. It's a risky one. Johnson, pass on the right. Federley loses his handle. Able to get the puck back in his carom. And now we've got yet another Rock Lobster penalty. They have played with fire a little bit too much in this game. They go back to the box. The Prowlers have already made them pay once in this period with a power play goal. Will they be able to do so once again? Michael Greco in the box. Josh Rosenzweig traversing around his side of the ice, trying to keep those legs warm. Michael Greco with his fourth penalty of the night. Rock Lobsters back on the Leslie Jones Law penalty kill. They have been repeat offenders tonight. Penalty kill has been rock solid this season, but did concede on the last chance for the Prowlers. Scantlebury. Millette. Back to Scantlebury. Wrister saved by Rosenzweig. Just able to swallow that one up. We're going to an official timeout here. Minute 23 left on the Michael Greco penalty. We'll be back after this break. UGA football player Amarius Mims suffered a serious injury. The quality care from the Piedmont team changed his life.
As a football player, my body is everything to me.
When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game, but you and your team's expertise, care, and support reassured me from the start. I've been able to recover because of the quality care I received at Piedmont, and I am back playing at my full potential on the field. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, my family, and my future. Your help means the world to me, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of you. So happy for you. It gives me joy to see you out there on the field doing your thing. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
This Prowlers power play continues. Minute 23 left on the Michael Greco penalty, which was committed at the 9:32 mark of the third period. Slashing is the call. 9:51 on the clock, less than 10 minutes to go. Rock Lobsters trying to bounce back off of 2 straight losses. Would be more comforting for the Rock Lobsters as well, as if they are able to get the win in regulation and get all 3 points. Reminder of how the point system works in the FPHL. 3 points for a regulation win, 2 for an overtime win. Millette sends one Rosenzweig's way, and somehow that falls in the glove of the goaltender. That one rifled around 150 miles per hour. I think Rosenzweig just kind of looked up and saw that the puck was in his glove and said, oh. Pleasantly surprised. More work to be done here. Minute 18 now on the Greco penalty. Back to Millette. But a great defensive read here from Philip Virgilia. Sees Milan, just misses the shorthanded goal. Golden opportunity to really make it sting for the Prowlers and net a shorthanded goal. Opportunity remains for the team from Port Huron. What a great defensive read from Virgilia. Millette back to Lockhart, who scored to make it 2-2. Millette loses out on the puck. Garrett Milan clears it. The Prowlers trying to regain some speed out of their own zone. Half a minute to go. Millette left on the ice after the hit from Murray. Alden steps through that one, comes out with the puck, clears it on the blue line indicator right off the boards of his own bench. Is there one more piece of action on the power play for Port Huron? Drop pass to Bucell. Pass to the left for Johnson. Great block from Alden. Absolutely wrecks his stick. Greco comes out of the box, and the Rock Lobsters are skating with 5 skaters once again. With no stick for Alden to play with, he makes his return back to the bench. The Rock Lobsters have done their job on the penalty kill once again. Matt Graham watches that one come back down to the ice at the neutral zone. Really good defensive play from Brandon Reller. So good at using that size of his to his advantage. Gets here on the puck. Backhand, forehand, but can't find the nylon past Nusiainen. Here's Reller again at the corner. Asks a lot of Gallant, but Gallant willing to entertain that question. Stillreller, that one off the chest of Thelstrom, and is able to settle the nerves of the Prowlers. Stop for Rosenzweig. The Rock Lobsters are edging closer to 3 points. But a couple of fantastic opportunities for them to find the back of the net once again. They've been unable to oblige. As we said earlier on in the broadcast, the 1-goal advantage has not felt safe for the Rock Lobsters as of late. Offensive zone draw for the Prowlers. Chartrand in the circle against Milan. Glukaryov has a puck skip over the blade of his stick. Still skating hard into the Prowler zone. Brockway. So weird to see a bench that doesn't have anyone behind it, as do the Port Huron Prowlers. A reminder that their head coach and general manager is a player for this team. Milan gets dispossessed in neutral ice. Greco behind Rosenzweig's net. Quick pass to Murray. Glukaryov has some time and space. Backhands it to Virgilia. Somehow settles that. Unable to settle his skates, though, and takes a spill here on the near side. Thelstrom out of his zone into neutral ice. Chases it into Athens territory. Heavy hit up high for the European Glukaryov. Millette able to shake that free to get the wrist shot out. It takes a deflection into the netting, and that'll kill the puck. Let's take a look at what's happening around the league for a little bit. Looks like the Danbury Hat Tricks are leading 6-5 against the Watertown Wolves. The River Dragons with a 4-1 lead against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Motor City Rockers with a 2-0 lead against the Danville Dashers. And the Carolina Thunderbirds leading 3-0 against the Mississippi Seawolves. Alden wins the draw. Ooh, a wrist shot coming out from the defense. And Rosenzweig able to get his hands up. Ludwig Thelstrom in his first year in the States with the opportunity there. Thelstrom having experience playing in his native Sweden as well as France. Player, coach, GM, Matt Graham makes a save. Puck pinballing all around. Rosenzweig, I think, tried to make a freeze there. Kolatarski gets in between the puck and the player. Shinkarik able to bounce that one out. Graham can only find the stick of Carter Shinkarik, who wheels it around. Ronan touches it back to the captain. Over the bar goes Shinkarik's shot. Alden finds Shinkarik. Pass back for Russell. Glove save, Nusiainen. Final 5 minutes has come here at Akins Ford Arena. And we've got another commercial break. Stay tuned with us here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network. Can the hometown team finish it off in the last 5 minutes? There's only one place you can deck yourself out and represent Athens' first ever pro hockey team, the Rock Lobsters. Head to shop.rocklobstershockey.com to get your hats, shirts, and even jerseys now. Classic City Flats is a brand new apartment community in Athens, Georgia that redefines luxury living, offering a sleek and contemporary living experience. Our impeccably designed apartment homes boast sophisticated interiors, premium amenities, and exquisite finishes, providing residents with an unparalleled downtown living experience. Classic City Flats is excited to deliver luxury apartments that set the new standard of sophisticated living in Athens, Georgia. Classic City Flats, redefining your horizon of living. A little bit of kiss cam happening here in Akins Ford Arena. You have a chance to potentially ring in the new year and kiss your love in the Classic City right after you take in an Athens Rock Lobster game. Make sure you join the Rock Lobsters here on Tuesday night, New Year's Eve, as the Rock Lobsters take on the Mississippi Seawolves, who will be looking for revenge. That game happening at 7:05 p.m. Going to be a special night, as I believe there's a light show happening here. Going to be kind of like a night light kind of feel here at Akins Ford Arena. Alden with a face-off here against Scantlebury. The Rock Lobster wins it. After turning the puck back over, the Prowlers are unable to enter the zone cleanly. Clean pass on the stick of Reller. Fires a wrist shot. Blocker saved by Nusiainen. Gallant with a heavy check. Greco kicks it back into the zone. Four minutes and 20 seconds to be played. Obviously, there's a lot of factors into closing out this win, but it feels like the biggest one for Athens, especially with the way that tonight has gone, is staying out of the penalty box. Troy Murray. Defenseman playing a little bit of offense. Fires a shot into the pads of Nusiainen. Lockhart, the scorer of the Prowlers' second. Takes a check from Virgilia. Virgilia plays it with the glove, protects it, and sends the Rock Lobsters through Shinkarik. Shinkarik stomps on the brakes, fires a pass to Glukaryov, and that one takes hard contact to the blade. Such a hard pass from Shinkarik that it went all the way to the far end boards. Virgilia with a flip that goes through the legs of Murray, but Murray's still able to play the puck, dumping that one in before he makes a change himself. Picard on the forecheck. Leaves a little bit of the body on Alex Johnson. Milan. A calming presence in every sense of the word. Milan able to win the puck back at the blue line. Picard kind of just shoving that one with the backhand towards Nusiainen. Was defended well there by Alex Johnson. It kind of forced Picard to try and make something innovative happen with the backhand. Less than 3 minutes to go now. Feels like the Rock Lobsters are checking off the time here. My apologies. Got the scoreboard back up. Greco off of the face-off win. Picard behind the net. Gets it back onto his forehand. Sees Greco waiting to fire a shot. Nusiainen bats that one with the stick into the netting. Rock Lobsters with a chance to either shed some more seconds off the clock, or who knows, maybe fire themselves into a 2-goal lead. Virgilia with Milan and Glukaryov. Milan wins the draw against the Port Huron head coach. Shot from Greco goes wide. Millette able to feather that one back for Thelstrom. Greco pokes it back to center ice. Picking up the loose puck is Federle. Federle in the high slot. Puck is loose. That one flipped over the bar. Trouble here is that puck pinballing all around before it settled down. Philip Virgilia sending the Rock Lobsters the other way. That one touched on by Garrett Milan. Glukarov tries to follow it up with a shot of his own. Great play with this top line that started the season as Milan, Weisblatt, and Johnson. Tonight it's Glukarov, Virgilia, and Milan. Kolatarsi fires it back in. Nusiainen wants an icing. He's not going to get it. Shinkarik makes the step up. Very good play with a stick by Scantleberry that took all of the fire out of Shinkarik's shot. Flipped into the midsection, and Rosenzweig swallows it up again. 19 saves for the young man in the cage for the Rock Lobsters, just 21 years old. Rock Lobsters with 12 more shots on goal than the Prowlers. Both goalies are making their way back to the bench. We've got another commercial break. Could it be the last of this broadcast? Rock Lobsters with 1:35 away from 3 points.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
It's getting down to crunch time. 1:35 left on the clock. Not a lot of time for the Prowlers to play with. But mind you, what happened last game here at Akins Ford Arena with 59 seconds, Cody Wickline was able to send the game into overtime. The Prowlers looking to do the same, knowing that it's possible against the hometown team. Prowlers just about win the draw, but then flip it out of the offensive zone with their own pass. Net is empty for the Prowlers. So 6 skaters for Port Huron, 5 for the Rock Lobsters. Millette cascading the puck into the zone. Back for Federle. Millette with the puck at the blue line, exchanges places with Federle into the corner for Chartrand. Puck loose out in front. It's sent the length of the ice. And the icing is called. Not sure if the Rock Lobsters were aiming for the empty net or if they were just trying to get that puck away from danger. The song is Living on a Prayer. Rock Lobsters might be doing that, but they're much more than just halfway there. Milan wins the faceoff. Shinkarik played with the glove. It sends Milan with a chance to bury it into the empty net, and then he gets taken down illegally, and the Rock Lobsters will end this game on the power play. Not the right time or place to trip Garrett Milan, and going to the box is Alex Johnson. Nusiainen is going to be forced back into his own goal. And the Rock Lobsters will have the man advantage. One power play goal on the night stands as the game winner through Kaysen Gallant, his 10th in his first year in the States. Impressed in the 2022-23 seasons for EHC Crocodiles Kundl in Austria's third tier. Justin Portillo is a surprise member on this power play here. Makes those viewing a little bit more curious on how this game is going to end. A reminder that these two teams will face off once again tomorrow night to end this two-game series. Graham gets kicked out of the face-off circle. In his place is Federle. Philip Virgilia to the net, looking for the wraparound, his second of the game, but this time Nusiainen shuts the door. Puck deep in the corner. Going to take a lot to get this one out. And it's the Rock Lobsters who do so. Kolatarski to Shinkarik, slaps it into the corner. Virgilia waiting for it, flips it back, but only Millette is waiting for it. Port Huron the other way. If it's going to come for the Prowlers, it's going to have to happen now. Federle into the Rock Lobster zone. Drops it for Millette. Millette gets taken down to the ice. We've got another penalty. It's starting to get chaotic here in Akins Ford Arena. Oh my goodness. We thought things might get spicy late on with Justin Portillo, a surprise member of the power play. Players and referees alike convening right on the blue line. Reggie Millette has his helmet off. Looks like he's being booted from this game. Hope no fans trash talk him on his way out of the ice. The Rock Lobsters edge ever closer. Daniel Chartrand has also exited the rink. Ten seconds left on the clock here, and with the referees trying to iron out the penalties, it's going to delay the potential end of this game. Rock Lobsters already on a power play with a 2-minute trip from Alex Johnson. It's one of those things where you're so close to the final whistle. And you'd have to think that the Rock Lobsters are going to come out of this officiating with an even further advantage. Justin Portillo in a conversation with the officials. Let's take a look at what's ahead for the Rock Lobsters. 2 games in the next 4 days for Athens. They'll take on the Prowlers to finish off this 2-game set tomorrow at 7:05, and then we'll ring in the new year at Akins Ford Arena against the Mississippi Seawolves. That game happening at 7:05, and then we're back for the weekend, January 3rd and January 4th. Guess who's coming back to town? The Columbus River Dragons. It's already been an electric start to that rivalry between 2 in-state programs. John Cena theme song is playing here at Akins Ford Arena, and it's felt a little bit like a wrestling match late on. This game is limping to its end currently. Robertson will play instead of Rosenswag. Murray fires it up the wing, and the last seconds trickle off the clock. These two teams with another meeting of the minds. Don't let it boil over yet, boys. We've got another game to play tomorrow night. Rock Lobster fans and faithful in loud voice at the end of this one. Athens back into the win column. That puts them at 11 wins, 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses on the year. 30 points as they now leapfrog Port Huron in the entire league standings. Remind you that these two teams are in 2 different divisions. Stay tuned with us here for the 3 stars of the game. In the meantime, the Rock Lobsters have won this game 3-2. Let's take you through the story of how we got here. Philip Virgilia with a quick wraparound goal got things started in the first 3.5 minutes. Then the Rock Lobsters started out the next period firing on all cylinders once again as Brandon Reller got his first ever pro goal. Someone who was hungry to get his first in the last game against Columbus, but now he's got his first notch as a Rock Lobster. But 2 back-to-back goals for the Prowlers through Scantleberry and Brett Lockhart, the latter on a power play that threw this game into a tumult until Kason Gallant got a power play goal of his own, his 10th of the season. He's back on the score sheet, someone who had been very hungry to do just that. We're just about ready for the 3 stars of the night. About to get announced here at Akins Ford Arena. We're excited to see fans here at Akins Ford Arena all week long, starting tomorrow against Port Huron at 7:05 p.m. to finish off this 2-game set. New Year's Eve against the Mississippi Seawolves. And now it's time for the 3 stars of the game. 3rd star of the game is going to go to Brandon Reller, who scored his first goal as a professional hockey player tonight. He fires a shirt into the night crowd. 2nd star goes to the Swede, and how sweet he was tonight. Philip Virgilia with a goal and an assist. A big smile on the face for Kason Gallant, who looks up to the scoreboard, and he's the 1st star of the night, getting the game-winning goal. That concludes our broadcast for the night and the Piedmont Athens Regional Postgame Show. Piedmont, real change lives here. Thank you, Rock Lobster fans, Crustacean Nation, for tuning in all night long, whether it be here on the Athens Rock Lobster Network or on the airwaves with WGAU 98.7 FM and AM 1340. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We'll see you tomorrow night for this game against Port Huron, 7:05 p.m. puck drop.